first question asked of any criminal defense attorney is, what do I do when a police officer stops my vehicle and asks me questions that I really don't want to answer? Or he asks me for permission to search my car. I'm going to tell you the two things that you absolutely must do during every traffic stop. First, it's extremely important that you recognize the dynamics of a simple traffic stop. On the one hand, there's a police officer who has an absolute right and duty to protect its citizens and the community against any criminal activity. On the other hand, when your vehicle is stopped and detained, even briefly, that police officer has infringed on your constitutional right to go to the store, go to the bank, go to the cleaners, go to work, or even have a drink at a nightclub. A judge, for the most part, is going to have to balance those two competing interests: the right of the police officer to weed out criminal activity against your right to keep it moving. Here are the two things that you must do to keep a minor, non-jailable traffic infraction into becoming a major criminal jailable offense. If the police officer pulls your car over during that routine traffic stop for speeding, broken taillight, swerving, or any other issue dealing with the maintenance or registration of your vehicle, think about it. At that very moment in time, he has no idea that you've had 5 shots of tequila, that there's cocaine under the dashboard, that your driver's license is suspended, or that there's an illegal firearm in the vehicle. Unless or until you permit the officer to search your vehicle, or you make an incriminating admission. Here's how you protect yourself from turning that routine traffic infraction into becoming a long-term jailable offense. Of course, at that moment in time, you have several non-wise options. You can take a militant stance, be Huey Newton, and start citing Supreme Court cases and challenging that officer's authority right there on the scene. Or you can humbly admit to the officer that your license is suspended, that you've had several drinks, or that you have illegal contraband in the car. Both are epic fails. Here's what you should do. Ask the officer one simple question. Ask him, "Officer, am I free to leave?" If he's giving you back your driver's license and registration, start the car up and drive away. If the officer says no, it gets a little more tricky. That officer has the key to release you or hold you. But if he says no, you have to respectfully and as politely as you can ask him why you're being detained. The officer should, if he's polite enough, he should tell you that, "I believe you're under suspicion of DUI, I believe you were driving recklessly under the circumstance, or that I think you have illegal contraband in the car." Once he's stated the reasons for your detention, tell the officer, "Look, I'd really like to speak with you. However, I'm not going to incriminate myself, and I'd like to speak with the lawyer first." Even if you don't have a lawyer at that point, by asserting that right and asking for an attorney, every police officer knows that he must cease asking you questions.